I'm about the bottom. Take two and pour out a little for my who won't live to see tomorrow.
If God for me, who could be against me? I guess all the that's against me. They the ones stirring up the conflict. They try to make it out like I'm conflicted.
I'm downstairs. You mean? Girl, I told you I'd be ready. You always got excuses and you know I be on top of things. Punctual my proper name. On the dot is not your aim. Although we in love, we are not the same. I hit you on that celly. You said you needed 5, that was more than 12 ago. Claim you got your hands tied, time stuck like Velcro. Georgia peach on east side like it's ATL. You lacking, you tripping, you slacking, impatient, be waiting, confused like what happened. How you get attitude cause I'm getting mad, cause you wanna take 20 minutes and a half. And on top of that, I gotta get gas out of the freeway, pick up traffic. What the is you doing? We gotta dip, 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 dip. Cardi, yeah. Watch your tick, 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 tick. Waiting for that last minute for your hell. Now stop playing games, go and bring your downstairs. Come on, let's go. Come on, girl, let's go. Cause you know that time that you wasting, like time that you wasting, like time that you wasting on my time. Come on, girl, let's go. Come on, girl, let's go. Cause you know that time that you wasting, like time that you wasting, like time that you wasting on my time. Took me 20 to get ready, yo. Shower, moisturizer, and the fit I had on yesterday. Uniform necessities, multiples of everything. Now your neighbor wanna come and speak to me like,
hey, how you doing? I ain't too bad.
Ha 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 ha. Hit her with a few fake laughs. She talking my ear off. It's sympathy I lack. I care about one thing. What up? Anyway, gotta pay a little more if we late to the jet. Got a jet cause the boat leave at 8. And we got some fur on that upper deck in the orchestra. Gon' play a score for every Ablo project. You ain't scared to change cause it's ain't coming out your pockets. My fruity and slick. I'm rude a little bit. Don't be acting so appalled. All y'all girl, let it put so much into tonight. And you just don't care. Now stop playing games. Gun, bring your downstairs. Come on, let's go. Come on, girl, let's go.
Me, relax, chill, alright?
Tonight, just don't care. Playing games, gun, bring your downstairs.
White tripping. I left something in the house.
I told my boys it ain't no limits. Told all my dogs it ain't no limits. Put your head in the game, head in the game, head in the game. Head in the game, head in the game. I'm whipping in track out with messed up suspension. I drove it so fast that I blew out the engine. I kept it too real ever since the beginning. I play offensive D, I might switch my position. Lil' mama was thirsty, so I had to quench. I'ma drive real fast, cause you know I shoot quick. Just like traffic Kelsey, I be having emotions. Just like a lamb, man, you know I'm exploding. My heart cold, bad, I ain't got emotions. I'm going hard, yeah, you know I'm devoted. We running streets, yeah, you know we control it. She love the kids, she be busting it over. I'm quarterbacking like I'm Kyler Murray. Trying to win, I'm up at practice early. Going crazy, I just rub the jersey. It's the first half and we done dropped 30. We just up to scoring them, boy, man. I told my boys it ain't no limits. Told all my dogs it ain't no limits. Put your head in the game, head in the game, head in the game. Head in the game, head in the game.
Money on my mind, head in the game. It's like I scored again, diamonds on them dance. I can hear the music playing with them bands. Crowd going wild, dived in the fans. I'm locking in on a mission, I turn on my vision. You young, you should get like me. I got your shorty, she with me. I gave her a jersey, I told her to join my team. It's best you go where it's safe. You know how I play. I get to a sack like Frank. You can teach money to fly. I turn it at hop. I catch it and go to the bank. It's crazy, I'm used to the lights. I'm shining so bright. This visor to cover my face. You see me working and working. I'm getting it done. And soon they be feeding me grapes. Run up the scope.
I told my boys, it ain't no limits. Told all my dogs, it ain't no limits. Put your head in the game, head in the game, head in the game. Head in the game, head in the game.
They screaming my name when I walk in the building. Yellow diamonds on me like I play for the Steelers. I'm in the field, yup, just like a Steeler. Oh, this your girl, my band had the Steeler. I hop on the beat and I float like a real. I caught a TD, yeah, right across the middle. I'm speaking thanks, boy, you telling riddles. Can't hang with the gang, so we had to sit them down. I'm in LA, riding around in the round. My dog just called, say he finna touch down. When I call a play, you won't hear a sound. Hold up, money call it right now. I gotta go and get it, and it don't matter how. All I know is, man, yeah, I'm 10 toes down. I keep my head high and my eyes on the prize. Yeah, my feet on the ground. Let's go. Let's go.
I told my boys, it ain't no limits. Told all my dogs, it ain't no limits. Put your head in the game, head in the game, head in the game. Head in the game, head in the game. Turned up, turned down right now. Two dope make better get around right now. Hey, I'm two turned up, turned down right now. Two dope make better get around right now.
What you waiting for? Are you ready? Okay, say no more. Tell the chauffeur to open Mercedes door. Put the pedal to metal and made it soar. She was, but I made it sure it was. So we stayed indoors. Let's take it where no one has been before. It feel like I've known you some years before, but I don't know. Are you ready? Okay, say no more. Are you ready? Okay, say no more. She's a Lotus and I'm the conductor of a magnum opus. Simply braggadocious. Why don't we take advantage of this moment? And wherever you own, we own it. Mama, I'm on the big screen. I took a big swing out of life. I'm doing big things in my life. I deserve 6 rings like a Mike. I've got no sleep. I remember when it was the nosebleeds. Now they captured the fashion from flow seats. I'm a whole king. Are you ready? Okay, say no more. Are you ready? Okay, say no more. She's a Lotus and I'm the conductor of a magnum opus. Simply braggadocious. Why don't we take advantage of this moment? And wherever you own, we own it. Ooh, it's trouble in paradise. So let's parachute where the air's nice. And let's risk it all on the paradise. But she just wanna make sure her hair's nice. That's fair, right? I just fell in love with a prima donna. The 2023 Madonna. I mean, your honor, I was minding my business until she gave me complete nirvana. Are you ready? Okay, say no more. Are you ready? Okay, say no more. She's a Lotus and I'm the conductor of a magnum opus. Simply braggadocious. Why don't we take advantage of this moment? And wherever you own, we own it. Nobody really cares. Nobody really cares. Nobody really cares. Nobody really cares. Nobody really cares.
Smack dab in the middle of I-295 that encircles the city of Jacksonville in northeast Florida. There's a good look at TIAA Bank Field. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the New Orleans Saints and the Jacksonville Jaguars. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And that one will bounce out of the... zone, so we will start here at the 25. And they go play action. Here's Walker. This one into the hands of Harris on the crossing route. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. Well, this defense for the Jaguars, they were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
Yeah, they held them to well under 200 yards of total offense, and in today's NFL, that's a feat to be proud of, especially with the emphasis on offense and what we're seeing each and every week, that great creativity and usual productivity.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up the screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly, and you definitely don't want to throw it too late, and that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
On second down, Kamara. And he is close to a first down as he's tackled at the Jaguars' 44. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Off the play fake, Walker. And that will be incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Gets it out quickly here to the left flat. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on fourth down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Walker. He completes it to Olave. Touchdown! Chris Olave with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Saints are on the board first here this afternoon. Lutz with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Throwing on first down. Hanks, they shakes him off, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Cameron Jordan in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And they get to him right out of the gate, and this defense hoping that that's a harbinger of things to come.
Yeah, when you give up a first-place sack, makes your quarterback wonder if he's going to go to the sidelines and talk with his offense coordinator and head coach and say, hey, you know that game plan we put together? We might need to change it right now.
They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's third down now. Looking to throw. Hanks. This one complete to Christian Kirk. A crazy sequence here. A huge gain that time, but it still leaves him well short for fourth down. On fourth down, on is Logan Cook to punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And this returnable for Harris. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Play action now. Walker. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And I don't think Kamara got there. Looks like they stopped him short. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. Remember, that was less than a yard. That was not a full yard. That defense, they were having none of it.
Yeah, the surge the offensive line was seeking actually occurred on the other side of the ball. They reestablished the line of scrimmage and stuffed them.
Walker looking to throw on 4th down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is going to have the Saints first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. They only needed that 1 yard going for it on 4th. I got to be honest, I thought they were going to stay on the ground. They surprised me. Did they surprise you?
I'm with you on that one. I thought they'd find a way to create some type of a power run and try and pick up the first down, but they decided to keep the ball in the hands of the guy who could throw it, and it paid off.
Yeah, the decision paid off indeed. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives them a first down. Walker now. And he's going to go down here. A sack. They push him back to the 34. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Well, remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that can spark a defense.
Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Picked up by Andre Sisco. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here at their own 33. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
To about the 35, 2nd down. Tackle there going to Marshawn Lattimore. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Hanks. This is caught. It's Kirk. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. The Jaguars had 8-3 now. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Straight ahead, Etienne. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It's Shaq Lawson who worked his way in there to get him down. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front seven defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
And brought in by Braid. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. To throw on second down. Hanks. Touchdown, Jaguars. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Jags are an extra point away from drawing level. Tristan Vizcaino for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Nice job by the defense figuring that play out and holding it to a short game, but I don't think the offense is going to be daunted. They actually accomplished their goal there. Now they've got them aware that they can throw a screen at them, maybe to slow the pass rush down a little bit, and they can throw it downfield.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball.
And the pressure gets there. He'll go down. It's a sack. And it is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Foyesade Aluakin. Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. Well, do you want to unpack that one, or do you want me to?
You're the boss.
We get the interception, then really he's just too loose with the football on the return, and he coughs it right back up the other way.
I've seen this happen in an NFL game, and boy, did it cost someone. San Francisco at Atlanta a few seasons ago. Atlanta throws the interception. San Francisco runs it back. Game is salted away. Fumbles on the return. Atlanta gets it back, drives down, kicks the game-winning field goal.
How about that? And a crazy situation we just saw there. A 2nd and 7 with our score tied at 7, but they're planning to change that soon. Only question, will they get 3 or 6 out of it? Now Walker. He's got Smith here. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is third down. To throw is Walker. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. So on fourth down, on comes Saints kicker Will Lutz. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. The kick by Lutz is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
Taken at the 15, a short kick. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go on what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes. Back-to-back, what a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Etienne up the middle. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. They'll run with Etienne. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. On the return, Harris. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And just inside of a minute left, Charles. They got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this, but you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this.
Yeah, you want to move with a nice sense of pace. You want to up the tempo a little bit, but you have to do it with some poise as well. You don't want to go so fast that you hurry yourself into mistakes. There's enough time to put points on the board if they do it right. And even though they have the lead, you know that they would love to extend this lead before heading to the locker room. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Walker from the gun on 3rd down. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. On 1st and 10, Walker. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Andre Cisco. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking? That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up. Extra point up and through. And the lead is now 14-10. So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. From the 6. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in the second half. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
On second down, Etienne once more. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down. And for the Saints here on third down, an extra defensive back on the field. On third down, here's Etienne. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Well, they gave themselves options there on the third down play and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
And he'll get this up to about the 40. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football. Sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
The first down run got 5. Here's second and 5. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. That ball is caught. Marquez Valdes-Scantling. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up second down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Second down at 4. They'll run with Burgess. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well. Carry here for Burgess. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Azeez Al-Shaair in to make the stop.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Hanks. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for third down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
And the Jaguars are going to have first and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And they'll run with Etienne. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. His 7th touchdown on the ground and 10th overall. And the Jaguars take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle, and that makes it a 21-10 game. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. From the 6, and they're going to have lousy starting field position as he's out of bounds at his 6-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do.
Walker hitting the ball is out. And the Jags grab it. And they'll have great field position here as the ball will be at the 15-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes if they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback. They've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. 62 yards on the ground for him so far. 2nd down from the 8. They can get a first down by reaching the 5. On the counter, Etienne. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Hanks. And completes it to Kirk over the middle. And they're going to drop him well shy of the 1st as he can only make it to the 11. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. Now a field goal try coming up here for the Jags. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is right there. It's good. And the lead grows to 14 at 24-10. So golden field position there squandered as they can muster only a field goal.
Yeah, you were gifted a 1st and goal situation, but I have to give credit to the defense. They were brought out in a really tough situation, so give them credit for holding them to 3. That's a pretty nice accomplishment.
Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, well, that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
Yeah, that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. Still 15 yards to go, 2nd down. Walker. Pretty nice gain on the scramble. Gets him 12 yards. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Walker. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. We have played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Walker now to throw on first down. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Multiple players getting home for the 1-yard sack. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. The throw over the middle taken in. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 20-yard line. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. That is caught. Traquan Smith. Touchdown Saints. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Saints have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Lutz good on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This taken in at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Their lead back down to one score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
ETN once more. And he'll be taken down right around the 27. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
This offense so far on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. A give to ETN running right. They find some open field here. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Jaguars. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive. And it seemed like they may be giving up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
The point after is good, and the lead now up to 14. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. He gets it complete to Harris. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 11 yards for number 11.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got it.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Andre Sisco. And the Jags force the turnover, and they'll take over at the 10. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around the defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. It's a gain of 33 as we ironically approach 3:33 remaining in the quarter. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 26. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. Here's a give to Etienne. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. 157 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. Another tote for Etienne. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. And he will have the 1st down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8 and moves the chains. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Christian Kirk, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Jaguars are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage. The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. From the 6. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. A 10th carry for Kamara. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. He really hasn't been able to get on track running the football, averaging less than 4 yards a carry.
Yeah, I think that they're going to enjoy the film session because all the defenders are filling their proper gaps at just about every play. And you know what they always say for a defensive coach, when I click off this film, I better see 11 jerseys in the picture going after the ball carrier.
Walker throwing on 3rd and long. And my goodness, another interception. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And the Jaguars are going to take possession of the football. On 1st down, Hanks. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Pete Werner. And some space here. Past the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And now both of these defenses have something to brag about following this one, each with a pick 6 today.
They are even there, but we still have to decide a winner, don't we, partner? And what they really want to brag about after this one is getting that W. The turnovers are great. Can they make plays now that tilt the balance in their favor?
And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here in the 4th quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, it's such a high-stakes scenario. Everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of kicks? Can the kicker execute it? Can the team wait for 10 yards? So many variables, and in this case, they didn't get it done.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for Jacksonville, they continue to make their case for the playoffs as they move to 9-3. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for the Saints, this loss cost them in the playoff chase as they fall back to 7-5 on the year. And they'll get a home date next week against the Detroit Lions.